we seem to be getting somewhere. Good morning. Good morning, Vietnam. I'm showing my age with that reference, that's for sure. Okay. Hey, Leah Private. Oh, we've just started streaming. We're looking at Build-A-Bear Workshop. Moving up. EBW has a different meaning for me. I'm going to go into that. Good earnings. Not bad size float either, Build-A-Bear. 13 million float. Dollar Tree. Yeah, not too enamored with Dollar Tree. Yeah, it's moving up nicely though. Yeah. A bit more expensive, that's the problem. I probably won't be trading that with the account size that I have. Hey Puno, buenos dias. Oh, there we go. Hey Mark, how are you? See what the day brings us. I've got a good feeling today. Don't know why. I'm just feeling I've not taken any trades at all yet. But I'm just feeling like today could be a good day. Well, that's what I'm hoping for at least. Macy's had good earnings result, a bit more larger size float than what I'm used to. This is when the earnings were released. I'll have a conference call shortly. Build-A-Bear Workshop popped up, good earnings. It's pulled off just as quick, so maybe that's not something to get excited about. Redbox, it's being talked about all over certain social media channels. Squeeze in play at the moment. It's about 32% shorted. Short interest is about 32% of the float, but it keeps getting higher. Keeps going higher and higher. We've not reached the highs we had at the end of April, but it keeps getting higher. So yeah, we could see a potential move from Redbox again. It's got decent volume as well. Black Sky was big mover yesterday. Was probably the day's biggest mover based on the news that it had received or won a US government contract to the tune of a little over $1 billion over the next 10 years, which is obviously very bullish news, but it's held most of its gains. If we look at it on the 60-minute, you can see that it popped up whilst we got a lot of people, profit takers at the end of the day, just before the close and into the close. Once it closed, it's held most of its gains since then. So we're currently slightly up on the day, just a couple of percentage points, but based on that kind of news, this could go again. If it gets over 285, it definitely could go again. So 285 was a previous resistance point, but the real level of resistance historically, if you look at it on the daily, you can see the real level of resistance is this $3 level. So just put a horizontal here at $3. So we got up to 297 yesterday, I think it was. High of 297. You can see here how over the course of January, February, it hit that $3 level, was rejected several times, but we've had this big run, so we potentially could break $3. If we break $3, there's good chance to continue that move upwards. Let's see what happens. It'll be interesting based on that kind of news. Right, cheers, Matt. Mart. Look, the reason it says Mart is that's because how you typed it, but you can change it. Go in and change your username. That's fine. You can. That's up to you. But if you want to be a Mart, you can be Mart, Matt. Mixed news on buying Amazon before the split. Well, get the split. Split's irrelevant. All the split does is make it more affordable to Joe Public. So in a lot of cases, a split is a bullish. Reverse split is bearish, but a split is bullish, because what effectively they're doing. So the analogy I keep using is you've got a 20, you've got a 20 quid note, and you take it to the shop, and they give you 4 5s. You've still got 20 quid. You've just got more tokens to that value. That's all the split is. It's not changing the market cap of the company. It's not changing the value of shares being held. What it's doing is it's giving more tokens out to the same value. So then new people who want to trade Amazon, because what's Amazon trading at right now? So Amazon's trading at $2,000 a share. I mean, your average Joe, that's way too expensive for average Joe Public to trade. Well done, Matt. So your average Joe Public's just not going to trade that. Your average retail trader is not going to trade that. They're not going to invest in that because they say it's too expensive for me now. But there's a psychological element to it that if they do a 4-to-1 split, it's $500. That's cheaper than Tesla. It's if they do an 8-to-1 split, it's $250. It's a psychological thing. I can buy Amazon shares for $250 or $500 or whatever it is, and people are more likely to buy and hold long term because they think, oh, I can get in now. Just look at what Amazon was, $2,000 a share. I can buy it for $500. Well, $100 even. So I can buy Amazon shares for $100. Your average retail trader is going to eat that up. Now, the fundamental news underpinning that slightly different. So you've got to take a look at forget the split. The split, like I say, the split's irrelevant. In fact, a 20-to-1 split, 2-to-1 split, 5 to whatever. A stock split's usually quite a bullish action because what they're doing is they're giving access to that particular instrument to more people, making it more affordable. Reverse stock splits the other way around is usually bearish because what they're actually doing is they're consolidating those shares and they're saying that, look, we need to have a price point that's above a certain level. So for every 2 shares that you've got, we're going to give you 1 back at twice the value. And that way, for example, one of the rules to remain on the NASDAQ is very often that you need to have a share price above $1. So you get a lot of these low-priced, low-float stocks that will consolidate their shareholding and so they can get the share price above $1. And that's kind of bearish, but it's because they're not performing very well. When you're performing well, as Amazon historically do, then a share split's usually a good thing. Now, That being said, the news that's underpinning that, it's like any fundamentals. Forgetting the split. If you look at the fundamental news and you think Amazon's a good buy, then you'll buy it, you invest in it. If you don't like the news, then obviously you're going to sell, or you're just going to short, or whatever the scenario may be. So ahead of the stock split, I'm actually bullish on Amazon personally. I mean, Amazon's one of the I've got a small portfolio, and Amazon is in there. So, and I'm not going to relinquish my Amazon shares because of a stock split or anything at the moment. I'm bullish on Amazon long term. That's just me. It's not stock picks. It's not financial advice. It's just my opinion and what I'm doing with my holding. You're always welcome, El Perno. You know that. Yes, it did. I just called that out in my Discord that both GME and AMC held the gains from yesterday. Nice rally yesterday, but let's go back to AMC and GME because they held the gains from yesterday and pretty flat on the day. So let's look at it on the 60-minute chart. You can see it better. Look at it on the 15-minute chart. You can see it better. This was yesterday's rally, and we got up to 1180 on AMC, 1180s, and we're back up there now. So obviously a bit of consolidation, nice little double bottom in the after hour, in the out of hours market. See that there on the 15-minute chart? Lovely little double bottom, and the move up. So almost textbook. So that's very bullish. GME. We've not got a double bottom there in the same, as clear, if you will. There's an argument for it, but it's not as clear. But GME, similar situation, that it's held its gains from yesterday. So that's very bullish. The fact that a lot of the retail traders, so AMC is largely owned by retail now. The float is largely owned by retail. So the majority of those retail traders are not trading out of hours either. So in terms of institutional investment, there's quite a bit of institutional investment in GME, but less so in AMC. But they don't tend to trade out of hours in the same way that some of the institutional trading goes on. But yeah, AMC's looking good at the moment. I do like that double bottom there. Morning, Alphabet. How are you doing? Hope you're having a good day so far. Joby Aviation's looking interesting. Wow. Where did that come from? Let's look at it on the 1 minute. What's just happened there? Joby Aviation. Form 8 just been filed. Right, okay, there you go. That's good. That's bullish news. So Joby Aviation shares have risen after receipt of a FAA Part 135 air carrier certificate. Effectively, that allows them to operate as a commercial aircraft commercial airline. That's good news. What's the Q data on this? It's a higher float than I like, but I do like that move. 16% up on the day. It is a little bit. It's 226 million float, 16% shorted. So I would reckon on the news of that, those shorts are going to cover very, very quickly. Zoom in so we can actually see this. Dolby Aviation currently got a high day of 623. It's looking good though. Maybe a quick 1,000 shares there, just as a starter position. I want to see the breakout above 625. $6.10's our exit. Actually getting a good 12 cents breathing room on this. So I got in on the 2 minute. I'm looking at the 2 minute as well as the 1 and the 5, but I got in on the 2 minute for the anticipated break of highs. Got a little bit of a fake out, but the low of that candle is 6.10, so that's my exit. Back to the 1 minute. It normally does 6.5 million shares traded on a daily basis, Joby. It's currently 1.5, so the news has only just popped. Excuse me. Well, that's $6.20 as a previous resistance on the daily. We've got 682 is quite a big resistance. 680, quite a big resistance on the daily as well. 640, we've had historical resistance there. So kind of every 20 cents. Yes, it does have resistance. We've already passed 618 though, Chip. We're at 620s. I mean, I've looked. I'm looking at the daily chart right now. There's resistance levels at every. I was just saying there's historical resistance levels at every 20 cents. And of course, you've got the $0.25 level as well. why I only went in with 1,000 shares. Very tight risk. Didn't want to go in with huge share size if I wasn't feeling it. Which, say, we've got two resistance. We've got psychological resistance at the $0.25, and they've got the historical resistance at 618, as you say, but 620. I always round to the nice round number. As you know, Chip, the market does love round numbers. It's because the people who are trading the market like round numbers. Kovacs news again. Geovax. Let me just exit this position. And have a look at Geovax. Wow, that's having a nice little pop. You know what's the news? Geovax Labs. Have you got news that I haven't got there, Chip? Oh, that's from yesterday. That's why it sold off yesterday. Don't know what's causing this particular pop though. So yesterday afternoon, which doesn't surprise me. I mean, this is what garbage companies do: is they get a bit of good news, the stock price will surge, and then they'll announce an offering to capitalize on that. I mean, it's just, the way I look at it is, if you're a company and you have to do an offering like this to make money, it's usually because you're not making money in your primary business concern. So when 27% it dropped yesterday on that offering, and it's trying to make a surge back now. I'm not trading Geovax today. Keep an eye on it. Will be Aviation's the one I'm looking at. Right now. Dollar Tree is moving up at the moment. Marriott as well. I'm using the beta scanner today that's giving me real-time stack ranking based on the last 60 minutes, which is interesting. I'll tell you exactly how much I make on a day on average. Let me just pull up my trader view. Does it tell me how much my daily reports? I'm just going to go off this year alone. It's been a bear market. So right now, detailed. My average daily gain or loss is, this is gross before any stoppages, you know, transaction fees. My average daily gain or loss this year is 3,717.47 to be precise. So that's the average over the course of the year. Although that's not how much I've been making in May, Dan, to be honest. If I take them exact same stats and I'll tell you exactly how much I've lost in May. So if I look at May, I'm averaging in May right now losing $740 a day. That's my May stats. So you can see I've had a bit of a terrible May. So this month's not been kind to me. Well, at the moment it's not been kind to me, but across the course of this year so far, 3,700 is the average, and that includes May, of course. That today, or is that your average sort? Because that's a really good average. If you're making 6,700 a day, that'll be fantastic. Because my goal is my aspirational goal is 5k a day. Simply because that will enable me to have a 7-figure year. And so if that's 67 average per day this year, wonderful. But if it's just today, it's not a bad day, is it? The Joby float's too high. I don't know about that. It's what, 250 million or something like that? 220 million, 226. It's a little higher than I normally like, but I normally look for floats that are 100 million or less than 100 million. Ideally less than 10 million if possible. But because you get a lot more volatility, smaller float, high relative volume, big volatility. No, Chip, I think you've got it wrong. The share float size is 226.23 million. That's if you've got different details, different data. I mean, total shares outstanding 606, but I've got a free float of 226 million. How long did it take me to learn? It took me, well, let's say I was consistently losing for about 7 months before I turned that corner. So I was learning. I submersed myself in it, and that's the advantage of the whole pandemic as well. I was able to submerge myself in it. So if you say how long did it take to become consistently profitable? It took me about 7 months. Now, my results are not what everybody else should aspire to. I do tend to pick up things a lot quicker than a lot of people, not trying to blow my own trumpet or anything like that, but I do learn a lot faster than a lot of people, despite, you know, dyslexia and the likes. I pick up things quite quickly. If you're able to assimilate information quickly, you can learn it quickly. But I could have learned it a lot quicker if I'd actually had a strategy to learn, if I'd actually had someone to learn off, rather than making the mistakes and then just reading books and, you know, doing all the self-learning myself on my own. How did I learn? Well, starting off by putting money in the markets and losing it, as most people do. In terms of people that trade stocks and shares, trade equities on the markets, day trading, over 85% of people lose money long term. They're never profitable. So just bear that in mind. That number gets higher when you include other instruments such as forex trading, futures trading, crypto trading as well. When you take all instruments into account, day trading as a whole, you're looking at 95% of people lose money long term. Most people lose money. There's a number of reasons for that. One of the main reasons is the gambling mindset. The majority of people that get into the markets approach it with a gambling mindset like it's a casino. Let me tell you, if you approach it with a gambling mindset like it's a casino, it will behave like a casino and it will take your money, just like a casino will. So you can't approach with a gambling mindset. Absolutely not. Another reason that people don't make money is that they struggle to create a strategy that works. They'll go straight in, put money into the markets, and then they'll try and outfox the markets, look for patterns that aren't there, trends that aren't there, and they'll chase action, and the markets will reverse on them just as they're getting in at the top end. So they will buy high and then have to sell lower. And that happens to a lot of beginner traders. That's why they lose money. They look, oh look, this one's moving. They don't look at any kind of fundamentals. They don't understand the technical analysis, and they don't know what they're actually looking for in terms of entry signals or windows of opportunity or anything like that. So, and on top of that, they don't manage risk. But yeah, you can learn it. I would say a minimum, it's going to take you a minimum of 3 months to learn. And I would do that in a simulator if you're learning. I would say it's going to take a minimum of 3 months to learn, and then practice probably for another 2-3 months before you even think about putting money into the market. So 3 to 6 months before you actually open a live account or put money into a live account would be my recommendation. It's not something that I would recommend for everybody. If you're risk averse, it's not the career for you. You've got to be able to take risks and be okay taking risks. You've also got to be okay about being wrong. And a lot of the times you're going to be wrong more than you're right. And that's why you need to be able to manage risk. So if you're risk averse, don't get in the markets, you'll have a heart attack. And if you can't manage risk, or if you have a gambling mindset, don't get in the market because you'll lose money. That's just my 10 cents worth. But I hope that makes sense, Dan. If you do want to learn, and you want to learn my strategies that have given me that average this year, in fact, I'll give you the total over the last couple of years. Where's my trader view? So last year, if I include last year's numbers as well, so this is when I started logging, my average daily gain loss, it was a little over $5,000, which is why I had that as my aspirational goal for this year. So I wanted to be, I say, seven-figure profits. My total profits was actually, my trade profits were just over $1 million in 2021. Actually, no, it's not quite true, because that's only from February. I actually lost money in January, so it's just under $1 million. It's about 980, I think, in 2021. That's trade profit and loss. But then you take all the transactions and commissions and fees and things, and actually met with my accountant this morning, and he was telling me I've got to pay a nice sum to the taxman. So that wasn't a very pleasant conversation. It wasn't a bad conversation. It wasn't like he was being nasty to me. It's just I don't like. I like making money. I don't like giving it away to the taxman. Yeah, the simulator it depends. So there's a number of, you can get free simulators. Trading View you can use as simulator. It's great for charting, but you can actually do paper trading in Trading View. It's not great because you get what you pay for. It's probably a decent free trading simulator. Any broker will give you a paper trading account to practice in once you open an account with them, providing you've got money in the account as well. So they'll give you two accounts. They'll give you a paper trading account and they'll give you your live account. I recommend something like Dash Trader or Sterling Trader or even TC2000. I use Dash Trader for trading, so if I'm testing a strategy or if I'm trying something new, I'll do it in a simulator with Dash Trader, because I will be replicating the same setup that I will be trading in. So I would recommend that if you're going to be trading, if you learn to trade with the same platform that you intend to trade on, and that way, when you're building up that muscle memory, you get to know the nuances of the platform and, you know, hotkeys, scripts, hot buttons, entry and exit, all of the charting and the technical indicators and where to find out everything. You get to know what you're looking for on that platform. So I would recommend using a platform you intend to trade with rather than a free platform that is just going to give you basic functionality. Free platforms are great whilst you're learning. If you don't have the money to, if you wait and you spend, you're saving up, you don't have the money to spend on a monthly basis for the inevitable live data fees and platform fees, then go for one of these free paper trading accounts and save up. And I would recommend you need at least 5,000. My recommendation, you can do it from I would say $2,500 to $3,000 account. Margin account, and providing your expectations are low in terms of daily gains, you can steadily grow a small account, but you need to be patient, and right now is probably not the market to try and do it in. If I was to be completely bold, I would say a minimum of $5,000. It makes it worthwhile, because if you're going to be trading with a broker that is geared up for day trading, you're going to rack up commissions as well. So you want to be able to, you know, use the margin and the leverage that broker gives you to account and make profits, which will account for those transaction charges, ECN fees, and sometimes the ECN fees are more expensive than my commissions. So ECN fees, commissions, and charges, FINRA, etc. FINRA is never too expensive, but anyway, you get the you get the drift. So on top of that, simulator is probably going to cost. It could be anywhere from kind of $80 to $150 a month for the simulator. You're going to want access to good scanners, so that's going to be another $150, $200 a month. You're going to want your charting platform. You're going to probably subscribe to a couple of you know, outlets, if you will, chat rooms, whatever. If you budget on an ongoing cost of anywhere between kind of $500 and $800 US dollars a month on top of your equity position. So if you go for 3 months, costs, you're probably looking about $1,500 plus the equity that you put in of $5,000. So before you start, I would say get $6,500 saved up that you can afford to just throw away. My mentality, the way I approach the market, is that once you deposit that money in the broker, it's gone. You've just paid. So if you save up $5,000 to trade the markets, you pay $5,000 for access to the markets, and that $5,000 then at the end of the month, rather than taking profits or trying to, you know, cash out whenever you make a good win, if you make a loss, and red days are inevitable, I know, painfully as they can be, but from personal experience, red days are inevitable. Just got to minimize them as best you can. So you zoom out and you take a long-term approach to it. You put your $5,000 into the broker. If you can afford more, put more in. As soon as you put it in, think about it, it's gone. That's the fee you've paid to the markets for access to the markets, for access to trading. At that point, any profits you make at the end of the month, you take a step back and say, have I made any profits? Have I made any losses? That's what that month was worth to you. And you keep that initial holding in with the broker. Now, if you want to grow your account, you might take a 25% approach. You'll take your profits out, 75% of your profits, you keep 25% in to grow your account. You might take 50% of your profits out, keep 50% in to grow your account, until you get to a point where this is what I did, got to a point where I'm starting each month with an account of approximately $30,000. So you start your account with $30,000. If you finish at the end of the month with, say, $50,000, you've made $20,000 profit. If I've made $20,000 profit, I'll withdraw the $20,000, I'll divvy it up 3 ways. I'll put 30%, stick it away, ready for the tax man to come along. Thankfully, it's not as much as 30%, not this last year at least. 30% to reinvest in other areas, swing trading, value investing, crypto, whatever it is, and 30% to cost of living, whatever your cost of living actually is, or to treat yourself. If you've got another steady income, then use that last 30% just as for income purposes. And of course, get yourself an accountant. Make sure that you are ready for the tax man. Make sure that you've got a good accountant that will help you minimize your gains as well, because trading is a business, and thinking of it as a business, this is not gambling. You want gambling, go and trade CFDs. You can get away with that. Down the casino, and you can get away with it. And there's no tax, there's no capital gains tax in the UK or Ireland if you trade CFDs, which are contracts for difference, because they class it as gambling. You've got a lot of bookmakers that will allow you to trade as if it's on the stock market, but it's leveraged. It's in their favor, so that they're taking a commission off you on every trade. The spreads, they'll tell you they're not taking a commission, but the spreads that they're giving you are where they're getting the money from, and they'll route it through whatever market makers pay them for their order flow as well. So just be careful if you're going to be going down the CFD route, or you're going to be going down the spread betting route, because ultimately the bookies will hedge it in their favor. Which is why I use a direct market access software as well. So the direct access that I get to the market is not hedged through any particular market. I can actually choose which market maker I send my order to. Just saying. Okay, that's me on the rant. I hope that made sense to you, Dan. You set me off on that. All you asked for was what simulator do I recommend? So sorry about that. But I hope that you found the information useful at least. And like I say, if you want me to teach you how to trade, if you want to jump on my course, I called that out as well. Netflix stocks, Netflix, or I'm assuming that means Netflix to invest long term. I'm not so sure at the moment with Netflix. I would wait to see the outcome of it. Black Sky. So Black Sky, I'm waiting for 260s, which was pre-market high. It's 262. So I'm waiting for the break of 262 before this one. But this sold off into the close. It made over 150% gains yesterday, and it never stopped. Let's look at it on the 30-minute. You can see the move up was huge, and then into the close it sold off. This is all profit takers wanting to secure the money before the market closes. After the close, it just consolidated sideways. It went up to 262 pre-market. That's the pre-market high right now, which is the level that I'm watching it at. We've got resistance here at significant resistance at $3, which is, I've got this mark here. Both historically, if you look at it on the daily, you can see that this historical resistance at $3. We've got more resistance here at 275, which is a $0.75 level. It also acted as support previous days as well. So Black Sky, very bullish news yesterday. They won a $10 billion, no, a $1 billion contract with the US government for space data, I think it was, off the top of my head. So yeah, going back to what I was saying, Dan, check out the link in the link tree, first link in the course there that'll teach you everything you need to know about starting with day trading. It's a course geared towards beginners. It's a comprehensive course, but it's not fully comprehensive in terms of it's not going to teach you everything, but there's a lot of reading material in there that you can actually do for self-study, which is included in the cost as well. Very, very inexpensive. Now, superpower workout. Let me go back to Netflix. So this is Netflix, and on the daily, you can see we've got earnings coming up, by the way. We have these huge drops back in January for the earnings miss and the losing subscribers left, right, and center. Yes, there was a bounce, but then it sold off. Then we got the next earnings in April, and it dropped like a stone again. And this time there was no bounce. It's continued to sell off. So the next time the earnings come out, if it drops again, there's going to be big issues with Netflix. Right now, it's looking very, very weak on the daily chart. It's not showing any signs of recovery right now, and it's not because we're the macroeconomics of a bear market. It's not conducive to it making a recovery without a good catalyst. Now, the way that Netflix has been performing, had a good day yesterday, but so did the wider market. I just don't see Netflix right now as a good long-term investment for me. I need to see better performance. Just historically, it's been losing ground. You look at the market that it's in, and it was the innovator in that space 10 years ago, whatever it was. But now we've got Apple TV, we've got Amazon TV, we've got Hulu, we've got how many other competitors to Netflix which are taking market share off them. Yes, you've got your Netflix, and that doesn't even include the pirate stations that you can use, or subscription, IPTV subscriptions that you can get for 10, 15 bucks a year or whatever. So the model that they've got worries me. Unless they start to be innovative again and come up with a concept that they're not going to lose market share, I'm worried for Netflix. So as a long-term investment, right now, I would wait and see what happens at the next earnings. And if it has good earnings, if it makes a pump, then maybe look and do some fundamental analysis of your own before you get into it long term. But it's not in a position for me. It's not showing signs of a bounce where I would say long term or even a swing trading that it's going to be a worthwhile doing. Just my opinion. Not financial investment, not financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor. I'm just a guy on the internet. So take my advice with a pinch of salt. I'm not a professional. I don't know what I'm talking about. Okay? Just an opinion. Where were we? GeoVax popped up to the $0.25 level. It's now bouncing on the VWAP. Build-A-Bear Workshop, no volume. Macy's, don't like that. Joby Aerospace, up then down. I kind of like that catalyst as well. At least I got out for a small loss. Redbox, there's a lot of talk about the Redbox squeeze on the, certain social media channels today. Relatively, it's not high volume just yet, but watch that at the open. Black Sky, again, at the open, I think this might have a continuation. The volume's not great at the moment, relative speaking. You look at all these blanks, the range on the 1 minute is not huge, but I'm looking at this for a potential move back up. Let's say 262 is my watch area. That's the pre-market. Actually, I can put a line in there now, can't I? That's my line in the sand. That's the current pre-market high or out of hours high. Oh, got a nice lot of likes today. Well done, guys. Thanks a lot. Appreciate that. Now, both GameStop and AMC had a nice rally yesterday. If you put this on the 15-minute chart, you can see this. AMC moved up from 1030s all the way up to 1190s. It's green on the day, and we had this lovely double bottom after hours, and it's rallied, and it's now up at over $12. So that's looking really good at the moment. I'll be interested when the retail crowd come in as to which way they push that. It's over 20% shorted. I think it was the last time I looked at it, and GameStop rallied even better. So this rallied over 25% yesterday, and it's held most of its gains. Now, we don't have the out of hours double bottom that we got with the AMC, but it's still up on the day a similar amount. Right now, 2%, whereas AMC is just over about 1.5%. So they're both trading in a similar fashion, and again, there's a lot of talk on certain Reddit channels about the MOAS, or mother of all short squeezes, which is referring to AMC in particular, but also GameStop. The wider markets are up again today, so it's a 15-minute chart. We've had a nice bit of a steady rally. If we look at the red line here, getting this nice rally from yesterday, from Monday or Tuesday. What day are we today? Thursday. So from Tuesday all the way up, and if we go on the 60-minute, you'll probably see this even better. That I can extend this out. This goes all the way from the bottom here, and you can see a nice trend line forming, which is very positive. How you draw your trend lines is subjective, but you can see we've got this upwards momentum. We had a little bit of a rally up there, but we've got this higher lows on this, which is kind of a bullish pattern. So yeah, that's what this is represent. Spider is an ETF that represents the S&P 500, but you can swap out the S&P 500 for the Nasdaq, which is this one, which is the Qs. Again, this is an Invesco ETF, which represents the Nasdaq. We've got the Russell Index, which is small float, small cap index. And again, you can see the trend line. I don't have to draw the trend line. You can pretty much visualize it yourself. And if you can't, then you get on the chart and draw it yourself. But you can see this constant upwards trend, which is really nice. The Dow Jones, you can see this upwards trend, which we want to be able to continue, and it's looking nice. So Thursday, Friday, hopefully we'll get a continuation of this upwards trajectory now. We could do with getting out of this bear market. Yeah. Nice. So, SciSpark. hit the scanners. This popped up a couple of days ago as well. After I was on, no, late in the day on Tuesday, I think it was. Yeah. CySpark announces ethics committee approval to conduct phase 11B trial in Tourette syndrome. So that's the news that's just broke, that's prompted that move. That's a big move too. It's not huge volume, but it's all about relative volume. So CySpark normally does 440,000 shares a day. It's already done more than twice that, so it's good relative volume. Like I say, it's not huge volume, but it is good relative volume. So nice little pop. And just looking on the daily, so looking on the daily for resistance levels here, $5 really, $5 area, $5 range, maybe 475. It's clutching, but definitely $5 resistance there. So it was previously support. Now support and resistance tends to be interchangeable. You find the market. I don't give out alerts or signals, Northie, for obvious reasons, legal more than anything else. Hey, Bo. But I'll have a look at AMC. Right now, we've got a pre-market high of 1225. So watch that at the open. We'll get a lot more volume coming in at the open. That's a lot of the retail. Well, actually, we'll get a lot more volume in about three or 4 minutes, which is 9 a.m. market time. So watch for this level here, which is the $0.25 level. It's a psychological level, but it's also the pre-market high right now. So keep an eye on that, and if it breaks that, you probably will get a volume surge and a move to the upside. Again, not financial advice. It's not a signal, just an opinion. And if we break 1225, I'll be looking for 1250, 1260. That's just my opinion. Afternoon, Alistair. Every day is a good day. I'm still breathing. Let's go back to Spark. Watching this for a potential flag breakout. 432. Which is on the 2 minutes. I'm looking at the 2 minute, 5 minute, 1 minute. I'm looking for pattern setups on multiple time frames. I look at the 1 minute for the micro entry, but I'm also looking for confirmation on the higher time frames. What's interesting about this pump is it's pumped up really, really quickly, but the VWAP went with it. Nice one. Sore shoulders, I reckon, then. Have sore shoulders after then, Alistair. That recoil can be a bitch. No, absolutely. We see that initial pump, we got all this volume, 250,000 shares in volume on that highest candle. Now it's kind of dying off a little bit, so just be wary. As volume dies, it's usually an exit indicator. If you're in the position and the volume starts to die off, it's usually a sign to like get out, or at least take some profit, take some of your position off if you're in a position. It's a nice little flag setup right now. Seven. Touche, Alistair, touche. When I first went shooting at model pigeons, I made the classic mistake of picking a light gun, a very lightweight rifle, and I was only young at the time. I would have been about 14, 15 or something, and I made the mistake of picking a lightweight rifle because it was lightweight, and the recoil was horrible. Red box having a pump. You're wondering where I'm seeing all of this? Then the reason is I've got my watch list, which you can see most of my watch list on YouTube. I've got three of my watch list plus the spy on the YouTube channel, plus the action on the 1 and 5 minutes, and so you can see that on the YouTube channel. You see a lot more on the YouTube channel. You can even see the time and sales tape. Not showing the order book. I'm not showing the level 2 for legal reasons, but that's fine. So pre-market high was 785. Just broke pre-market highs. So red box looking very good. Definitely squeezing. Missed the breakout because just wasn't an entry there. And now if we're looking for an entry, we'll have to find one. We'll have to wait for a pullback. Well, now looking for a confirmed pullback. Could have potentially got in for the break of pre-market highs, but get a little bit of a pullback here. Have a look at my big scanner. Where is it? High on the 2 minute is $8. Broke it on the 1 minute, 8.10. This isn't going nice. A little bit slow to get in there at 8.10. Ended up with an entry at 8.25 to the $0.50 level. Red box really moving up. A look at on the last 15 minutes, it's probably second biggest mover, but it's got the best volume. Find support at the $250 level, or do we pull back to 8? Question. Current high of day is 836. High of this candle is 829. Not had a red candle on the 2-minute or the 5-minute yet. This is the first red candle on both. It is on the 5-minute. A red box, we've had one move, one day that it moved higher than this. That would have been the end of April, moved up to $11. Not saying history repeats itself, but it often rhymes. Lock in at 840, just locked in some profits. Still 2,500 in there. Our average cost 827 now. I could put a stop in there at 830, just won't work because we're pre-market. Stops don't work pre-market, so you've got to have a little bit of mental agility. If this starts to pull back to 830, I exit for the rest of the position. Ideally, I'll be exiting the whole position at first candle to break a new low, but my break even now is a little under 830, so I'm using 830 as my stop loss. So I'm now break even on the remaining position, but our first candle to break a new low. The low of this candle right now is 836, so I'll get out at 836, 835. Tapped 836, so we'll get out there. So that was 500 bucks on that trade. It's not done yet, but nice start to get green on the day after we got faked out with Joby Aerospace. Of course, look for another entry after 850. $0.50 is a psychological level. Quarter, half, and whole dollars in day trading in these low float, low cap stocks. The quarter, half, and whole dollar levels are extremely important. They're psychological levels for retail traders. So just be wary of those as you're approaching them, and or either as support or as resistance. As you get into higher higher priced stocks, so it then becomes the market likes whole numbers. If you think of it that way, so as you get into higher price stocks, then the $1, $5, $10 price ranges become important psychological levels as well. That was a crappy fill. That was a really bad fill. Push the button on 840 there. We get at 840 to take some profit at 850. Move up to 860. That was a really bad fill. $820 is the low of that previous candle. Want to see it break any new lows, just get out. Not only did I get a bad fill, I got a fake out as well. Which is why it's good to look for the higher time frames for confirmation. And the higher time frame I would not have entered. The 1 minute time frame, you're a lot more prone to a fake out on a 1 minute time frame. In hotter markets, it's fine, not a problem. 1 minute time frame is great for trading. But in cooler markets like we're in right now, the recessive bear markets, you're much more prone to getting faked out on the 1 minute time frame. The longer you hold your position through low volume, it's exposure risk. You're increasing your risk of move, because if you've got low volume and someone comes in and unloads big size, it can swing the price quite a bit to the downside. Red box, as I say, a lot of talk on social media like Reddit and the Wall Street Bet channels, etc., about red box potential short squeeze. It did have good news on Tuesday. We've got a double bottom there on the 1 minute. Yeah, that's going lower, so just exit that position. Look for the next entry. Over the last 15 minutes, Redbox has been the top performer. Just looking at it on the scanner here, and and it's the top surger in real time. Both in terms of volume and move. No, chat's gone quiet, is it? Oh yeah, okay. Everything that popped up, so Spark, Spark, Govax, even Black Sky popped up and did a little bit of a sell-off. Redbox pulling back to the VWAP right now. Look for a VWAP bounce maybe. Would be interesting. We do have that level of 785 to call upon. We have, looking at this historical levels, let's get my trading viewer. Redbox. Let's look at it on the hourly. $830s. Bought at 775, like I say. Resistance at 830s, which is already been above and below today. And we're up towards $11. There's not a lot of resistance areas up at 930, 990 or $10, and fairly clean window up until 11. So look for next candle to make a new high off the bounce of this of the VWAP. $820. 1 2 minute. Also on the 5 minute. Or it can break through the VWAP and keep going. Black Skies broke through the VWAP and sold off as well, so Black Sky is coming down towards the 230, the 230, under 240 now, so 231 is the green level. Bilderberg still no volume. Spark is below the VWAP now. And we've got 10 minutes to the open. AMC also below the VWAP, so a little bit of a sell-off before the open. Wider markets below the VWAP. Possible double top formation on the SPY. Back down to yesterday's closing price. So just a bit of consolidation before the open. Watch for the moves up at the bell. We've got 10 minutes to the bell. 10 minutes to the open. take a bio break before the bell rings. So I'm ready. Hello, you. Hello, Fluffy Bear. That's a nice sell-off across the board. From 9 a.m. it looks like. Oh, the box popped up. Shortable again. Is anybody else able to short Redbox today? Oh. Doesn't look like there's any shares available on CMEG. $8.50, $half level. I did call 785 as that previous level on Redbox. $8.20 on the 5-minute chart is new high. VWAP is the in 24 VWAP, so 20 cents. That's why. Spreads are, 3-4 cents, quite a bit on Redbox as well. Getting rangy on the spreads. 5 minutes to the open. Oh, 4 minutes to the open, guys. Afternoon, Paul. Good to see you back. I've not seen your back, but it's good to see you back. Oh, it's nice action. Look at that. 5-cent spread. No, I'm not proactively watching Bitcoin. It's not on my radar right now, but I'll take a look later. We're 2.5 minutes to the bell. $4.25. High 28 is the high of that peak. You see it above 28, moving upwards. Hey Matt, welcome back. Not too long to the open. Got 45 seconds to the open. And for 5,000 shares. It's always risky to hold into the open. Hello, Michael. This is red box. There's the open. Didn't help. See this break the $0.50, I can add to the position. Rangey on Redbox. 2,500 shares. We're just watching what this opening range becomes, whether it's an upwards or downwards trend. Looking downwards at the minute. 840 is the opening high right now. GeoVax moving upwards at the open. Looking for some kind of sign that... Actually, I'll change my scanners over whilst I'm out of that trade now. Okay, so regular market scanners are up. I think Spark will pop. It may well do. I'm looking at it. It's just sitting there at 311s at the minute. Black Sky is 230s. Is the symbol for GeoVax is GOVX. I keep calling it GoVax for that reason. How's this month looking, Amrit? Right now, I'm about 20k, a little over 25k down on the month. I'm still in the red on the month. It's not a great month at the moment, but we'll live to fight another day. So we're coming up, what, with 26. I have to have a really good day today and tomorrow if I've got a chance of being profitable on May. It's looking, I'm kind of resigned to having a red month this month, but market conditions and all, you know. This consolidation piece here, I'll just wait for it to decide to go one way or the other. I see it breaking the $0.50 before I get in. You're up at the high of 844. Break the high. You've got the $0.50 resistance, which is also pre-market high. So that resistance level pre-market. Just put an order there at 52. Got a 20-cent pop, but it didn't hold. Not quick enough to on the trigger. Typical. Behave yourself, Tony. On. It's 70. The high. Looking for 65 for a bit of profit. Not playing ball right now, but we'll see. Not quite getting there yet. It's thrown a wick or two out. We're getting that flat top forming on the 1 minute. Pull back, hold through that. Well, if you can hear the snoring, she's over by the window. Now we've got to get past that $half again. 26. Put a stop in it, 820. There we go, got stopped out. I looked to buy a dip, but then it reversed, so GME moving nicely. Hey, absolutely. AMC's probably following suit. Yeah, it is. What did Spark do? Nothing. Red box we've looked at. Build-A-Bear I'll get rid of because it's not doing anything. Geovax back below $2. Macy's. What did Joby Aerospace, Joby Aviation do? Nothing. Sold off, if nothing else. Peru selling off. GME is moving up nicely. Very nicely. Don't want that. What for that? Almost went short on GME then by accident by pressing the key. Nutanix. Moving up nicely. Well. Let's see, AMC moved nicely, but it's not moving, but it's just not nice. Yeah, mate. Black Sky starting to move. See it above the $0.50. $62 is the pre-market high, but got this opening range of 49, so $50.50 is important. Oh, anybody see anything else moving? Let me pull up my big scanner. Look at the last 5 or 15 minutes on this one in real time. Neurometrics. A couple of weeks ago. On low volume. GameStop seems to be the big one. Missed the opportunity there. 127 would have been a lovely entry. Didn't get filled, went without me. Oh, will we get to 133? Quick fill. 140. GameStop it can be very when it moves, it can be extremely volatile. It can move $2-3 in a matter of seconds. 135 we got there. Big half off. Okay. Start to pull it back. So $3,000 on GameStop. I'll take a look in a minute, Amrit. Give me a moment. Just in this trade with GameStop. $0.50 spreads on 40-50 cent spread on a stock like this. So you've got to factor that into your risk as well. I have this candle 32.50. Still in there. Test highs 135, 136, will be good. Bed Bath & Beyond is extremely heavily shorted, about 86% shorted, BBBY, but that's not moved. Just because it's heavily shorted does not mean it's a good time to buy. In fact, more often than not, the opposite is true. If it's being heavily shorted, there's usually a fundamental reason why. APYX, we'll take a look later. Yeah, that's 42% up. Apex Medical. What's the catalyst on that chip? Just check the catalyst for me. I see it's on the scanners. Big moves in the last 30 minutes, last 15, 20 minutes. Wrinkle cream. Ah, nice one. I do some of that myself. Vanity. Definitely my favorite sim. If you get that reference, we can be friends. Nice. As soon as I get in a position to get out of this trade, I will do that. Certainly the risk reward on this trade was way out of whack, but it is what it is. Risk reward on the last trade was way out of whack. This one is probably on point. Risk $1 to make 5. Going to break highs, or is it going to come back? Right, whilst I've got that in place now, I'm just going to put my stop there on 34.70s. Like I might get stopped out, but so what? Make a profit on it. Let's have a look at what was the Apex, APYX. Apex Medical, 540s. Right, buy your break and I'll have a look at that. There we go. That was quick. I missed most of that move. What's the volume like? 6.63 million. 33 million flow. Average volume 155k. So very good relative volume. Right, Amrit, you wanted me to have a look at CYN. Then at 196. Moved up from 183 at the open, 182 at the open, popped up to over $2. Now it's moving back down again. Low volume. It's not great volume, so just be careful with that. It did break highs. It's kind of a got over yesterday's high. Didn't quite break Monday's high, but it's time yet. So that's CYN, Amrit. So we'll look for a bounce on the VWAP here. Looking at the 2 minutes, so the high will be 45. Let's have a look at Veru. It's ranging around the yesterday's closing, so it did make a little bit of a move, but after it's sold off, it's very, again, it's not great volume for Veru, relatively speaking. I'd wait for good volume to come in before trading that one. SoFi, no, it's 712s. Made an initial move up, then a sell-off. Sideways the last couple of days. It did sell off last week quite heavily on Friday. But okay, if you like SoFi, I'm not particularly enamored with that at the moment, but no problem at all. Is the volume still good on Redbox? No, it's died off. Look, we had the initial volume spike. That's where I kind of lost my money on the on this downward push here. Should have been out. I should have been out here at 840. But hey, what are you gonna do? I was giving it more room than I should do. But you can see the volume's all died off here. SBFM, Amrit. Oh, nice one. What's the catalyst? Not huge volume. And this one has a history. It can move. It can move. It went up to $10 a couple of months ago. But it's not got great volume right now. Well, that wrinkle cream seems to have wrinkled. Didn't get a chance to trade it. I missed it. Not gonna worry about FOMO. ETTX having a little bit of a moment. No volume on that though. Size Spark trying to move back up again. Broke the VWAP, come back to test it. And double bottom there. $365 on the hourly. Got resistance here. $365. Take a look at love for you. Really? Not doing much. The love side is a little old place where very low volume. Very low volume. 12% up, but there's no volume in it. 150,000 shares traded today on love. Highest candle today so far on the 1 minute is 12,000, so it's not. Lululemon had a nice jump. Yeah, Lululemon gapped up. It was very happy volume pre-market, but it's moved up. Well, if you're an SBFM, well, we're haggling with the VWAP at the minute on Squibby. Size Spark. Haggling at the VWAP. It's a way to go before it reaches its pre-market high of 465. I'm jumping through all of these. ATA, Ethereum. Low volume for ATA. Not great volume. The biggest candle's 81,000, but the majority are under 60,000, which is for ATA the size of float, and historically this is low volume for them, relative low volume. So I wouldn't say it's worth a punt there, user. I don't like the chart from an entry exit point of view. GME, where did we get to? AMC, where did we get to? AMC didn't move to the same level of GME. Let's get rid of this for now. Selling off now. Red box. Will it come good? Not so sure. Can I short red box today? Oh, I can't. GME's up. No, missed the move. So now I'll wait for an entry. Don't normally trade intraday. I don't normally trade stocks at this kind of high value, but needs must when there's nothing else. As the devil drives. Holdings having a move. This is the previous trading level that I've traded this at. GME. Hey Andy, thanks for your act. Are you trying to pump your own channel there? Well done. Oh, I'm in Dublin, Andy. Ireland, not Dublin, Texas, or anything in the US. It's Ireland. I'm assuming you mean Australia. G'day, mate. As opposed to Austria, where they speak German. This 40-50 cent spread doesn't help. Almost made $25 then. 142 is what I'm looking for here. Got the 142, take half off. Stop at a little over break even. The rest. Let's see if it moves up. TV indicators, technical. $43. Up to the position on the next pullback. Well, GME's got volume and volatility. Yeah. An NDM, not sure about that, but I'll take a look in a moment. Missed that, went without me. Next, the low of this candle is 143.31. So, yeah, that'll do. 143.25 is where I put the stop. It's about right. I'll enter on the next. I'll add on the next pullback. Pullback. I got stopped out. Oh, we're making inroads. Yeah, but it's doing it on low volume, El Puno. And NDM. Again, low volume. Can't trade that intraday. There's not enough volume. I mean, look at this. There's nobody trading it. I mean, all the candles are below 30,000. Most of them are below 3,000. So, an NDM, nobody trading it. Love's moving up. It's moving up nicely, but the volume's not. And going back to what Paul in the YouTube is saying, there's not a lot of volume anywhere. So just be careful with these low volume moves. And this is 72, 147, 148. ETTX. Have a look at it over the last 60 minutes. Apex, is that coming back, is it? No. Vivid Seats. Yeah, again, that's it's moving up, but can't trade that volume. Back to Trusty. OG on 5 minutes, looking a bit ominous. Popping tails on the 2 minute, looking a bit ominous as well. So this is looking like it might be ready to reverse. Let's just see. On the 5 minute, got this immense, you can see. Got this doji here, looking a bit ominous. And if we look at it on the 2 minute, a couple of topping tails. So not comfortable jumping in this one just yet. Miss the pop. ain't getting out. Didn't heed my own warning. Warning signs were there and I didn't heed them. It's typical. So again, we're getting a topping tail. Which is selling pressure. That's flat bottom, that's going to break down. What I might do is short that. Going short. Break of this flat bottom. Didn't quite break. Well, we broke below it, but we didn't get the follow through downwards to the downside. Expected that to at least go at least $1. And a lot of topping tails, which is selling pressure. That doji at the peak on the 5 minute was a bit, and you saying that, we had a couple of those and earlier in the day, and it completely did the opposite, moved up. Now we finally get a break. $141, 140. Let's see it break 140 down. And come back up after that. 40 is the goal. Right, 140 on the ask. Lock some of that in. Never thought there'd come the day where I was shorting GameStop. I was part of that original movement that fought against the shorts. $40 is my line in the sand. If it comes back up to 140, I will cover there. Otherwise, I'll take all the way down to the VWAP if it goes that far, 134. Okay, first candle to make a new high is when we cover. Get in 142.6. I'll leave it at 140 as the level. Tough old day this in terms of trading. It's very choppy both ways. Now, if I'd heeded my warning with the top and tail doji, I've been 3 grand up to the long and 3 grand down to the downside. Well, 2.5 to the downside and 3.5 to the long side. So you can spot the signals, and if you don't act against them, it's going to cost you money. They're just saying. The exit signals are there. I went in long after I'd seen the... Look at it on the 5 minute. See the topping tail doji? And I'm like, okay. Even on the 2 minute, there's the devil horns here. Clear sign of reversal. And what do? See, pull back on the 1 minute, you know, a new high on the 1 minute. So I enter like an idiot. The signs were obvious. Then we get the flat bottom here, which was ready for the breakout. Or the breakdown. And if this gets back up to 144, even 142, I think it could be interesting. Hey Jack. We're up and down. I mean, we lost a lot on red box. We're trying to dig away out of that. So we're 3,000 in the red at the minute. But the opportunities are there. The opportunities are clear there. You're shorting AMC, Matt? Good for you. So AMC on the 5 minute. There wasn't the clear exit indicators. I mean, you've got all these topping tails on the 5 minute, which say it's not likely to go very high. It's not going. You're going to get the volatility upwards on those. 2 minute. Yeah, it's 1 minute. Zoom out so we can see. Yeah, it's not huge in terms of patterns there on AMC. Right, let's have a look at what else is moving. BTTX. A little bit late to that. Let's look at the 30-minute chart, 30-minute scanner. So sign on the 30-minute scanner, still not great. I'm still not enamored with this one. CYN. It's broke $2. Zymeworks. That's a nice move, but again, a lot of volume. Why am I not seeing any data? This halted. Not seeing any data on the level 2. Oh no, it's coming in. Yeah, 475,000 shares traded today. I'm not overly enamored with that one. RDBX. It'd be nice. And it's not great volume. There's quite a few good movers. We're just not getting the volume. That's the problem that I've got, at least. Redbox has still got volume coming in. On the 5-minute, let me know, guys. Am I missing something here? Is it on the 5-minute? Does this look like a head and shoulders to you? There's one shoulder, there's a head, there's the other shoulder. Does that? Well, it looks like a head and shoulders to me. Inverse head and shoulders. Shoulder 1, head, shoulder 2. Which one broke $2? CYM, I think it was, or CYN, sorry. Yeah, broke $2. CYN. But anybody else looking at Redbox seeing a inverse head and shoulders there on the 5-minute? On the 2-minute. Even more pronounced on the 2-minute. Take a position. If it breaks highs, I'll take a position here. Break of the $0.50. Does anybody else see that inverse head and shoulders there? Or am I imagining? Am I clutching at straws here? Am I imagining this? You tell me. Does that look like an inverse head and shoulders or not? No, the volume's not great on CYN. On the 2-minute it is, but on the 5-minute it's looks a bit cleaner on the 5. And the higher time frame's usually more reliable. That's what I'm saying. The 1-minute it's a bit messy. Still there. Potential 60-cent gain if there is. You're probably right though, I probably am clutching at straws right now. the lack of volatility in the market right now is not helping. Or lack of volume in the market is not helping. Well, it's not a double top because it's effectively a triple top, quadruple top. It's hit this $half-dollar level, 1, 2, 3. It's coming up for the 4th time. What's the hourly on Redbox? There's your hourly. Went up to, yeah, need to reach take a position, use the VWAP as my exit. Of the candle, it's 8.25, so I'll just put my stop at 8.25. Ham. Got in at 8.32, so 7 cents. We're risking 7 cents. Will we make 14? Well, if this is a genuine inverse head and shoulders, absolutely we'll make 14. Back to the 45. I'll target the $half-dollar level. There's the first pop. Break. Finally break that $half-dollar level. Got 14 cents. Broke the $half-dollar level. Well, that takes us green on the day, and sorry Dan, but I guess I was right with that head and shoulders. It was a inverse head and shoulders. I'm not saying I'm the best trader on the market. I'm third best, but that was definitely head and shoulders when it broke out. Inverse head and shoulders. Still got 5,000 shares in this. I put a stop at 890. Currently 94. This will take me green. Why did that not take me green? That's bullshit. That, absolutely, but I just, that stop, I got so much slippage on that stop. Did he 10-cent slippage? That would have taken me green. As it happens, I'm $90 in the red. Not happy about that. But hey, look, we can. SciSpark has been it's moved 50%, over 50% today. On its highs, it was about 70%, I think. Currently 50%. On its highs pre-market, it went up to 475. So we've got double bottom here. Look at it on the 2-minute chart, possible, or even the 5-minute chart here. But you've got a double bottom formation, so this might move up. SciSpark looks like it could move up towards kind of $4. So I don't think SciSpark's done yet with this double bottom formation, the W formation as it often is. It doesn't have to be spot on in terms of the bottom being $3 every time, but this looks like it's going to go up to about $4. Probably get another $3.80, $4 maybe. Yeah, absolutely, Dan. You know, take the small wins. Next, absolutely, Matty. Never rest on your laurels. Although it's coming up to dog walk time, so. Although I do like that 5-minute double bottom. This 5-minute move up, so I'm looking at maybe getting in at 365, high of day. We should get a move up. If I'm including pre-market, I know a lot of people will say you don't include pre-market, but I'm including pre-market. If I'm not including pre-market, there's an argument for a cup and handle on the 5-minute. Either way, that's looking of a bullish pattern. So 65 would be my entry there. Oh, you heard me saying dog walk it, did you? 414 resistance on SciSpark. Yeah, but actually the resistance, yeah, historically, yeah, there is. But I'm also looking at, if you're looking at the 60-minute, that's exactly right. I'm also looking at where we break out here. We've got this resistance at 65 from previous, so I want to see it break 65, and then there's room up to, I mean, 414 from 65. That's a 50-cent move. Squibby. You can get 50 cents. I mean, what is it? $3 stock. 10,000 shares of that easily. 50 cents. That's $5 grand. But I'm going to. I'll be back later, but I'm going to end the stream. I'm going to take this one for a walk, and I'll come back and see what the market's doing. But I'll be back later. So thanks for the. I'm leaving this stream $90 in the red between friends, but I've no doubt that will turn green a little bit later. So I will leave you guys where you are and see you later. And if you're don't see me for Power Hour, if you can't make it for Power Hour, I'll be back 1 p.m. tomorrow for the last trading day of the week, and that's 1 p.m. my time. It's 8 a.m. market time, and we'll see where we get on. We've got 2 trading days left after today, so if that's where you are, you got in at 307 squibby. That's a good entry. Good entry. But yeah, I'll see you guys later. I'll take this one for a walk now. End the stream while it's 4 o'clock. Catch you later, guys.